Hey folks, hey, we're here grinding it out, guys. Stay focused, stay positive. All this is gonna blow over, but you gotta stay proactive. Don't fall into, oh my God, all this is gonna go, this is gonna happen, this family, that family, this person, that person. Don't fall into that. Listen, read it to get the information, but you gotta stay proactive. You gotta keep moving. If you don't move, you fall into the I'm going to be out of work, the kids are not going to go back to school, or I'm not going to be able to pay the mortgage, or don't fall into that, guys. Guys, I understand we're going through a tough time right now, but I promise you this, during every recession, there's people out there that take a step back and they look at it and say, well, I understand we're going through this, but how can we, not to sound insensitive, how can we make the best of it? How can I find new opportunity in this recession, right? How can I reinvent myself? I understand that I'm working from home and I may not make as much as money as before, or whatever the case is. How can you look? You have to take a step back and you have to look at it and say, what's happening? Where's the need? How can I fill that need, right? So, for example, me and my wife have this idea. And we're not trying to make profit out of this, but we're just trying to fill a need here. And we'll make a video on that later, so I won't speak on it now. But that's how you got to kind of look at it. Say, folks, how can I make the best out of this? And when I say making the best out of this, I'm not talking about just simply just continue the routine. Yes, do that. You got to do more. So I'm working. Right, I'm taking calls, doing consultations, talking to clients, writing legal documents. I got to move my cases. I will continue doing that because that's the least. That's the minimum I have to do. But that's not. I don't just stop there. You can't just stop there. Do the minimum you do. You do more. You do more. And a lot of times you do that thing that you don't want to do, whatever that is. The things that you're procrastinating, you're kind of pushing along, and I don't want to do it because it's grueling. Do it. Once you do it, you're like, oh man, I did it. So look at what's going on with this coronavirus outbreak. My buddy here is listening. Look at what's going on. Look at the landscape and see how you can come out on the other side of this better in whatever sense. Better economically, better humanitarian. How can you become better as opposed to falling into like the victim side? Don't do that. That's a hole, and sometimes you get in that hole and it's hard to get out of it. So be proactive. See how you can come out and look at things from a distance and say, what can I do? Whether it's stocks, whether it's side hustles, whether it's projects, what are the things that you can do while this is happening? Because the majority of people won't do this. I'm telling you, give them a guarantee. The majority would just do the minimum. So guys, that's the point I'm making, guys, that you got to look at the landscape, look at everything, take a step back. Not you're inside and you're in the middle of it. No, take a step back and look at it as if you're not in the middle of it. And how can you benefit from this? How can you become better? Your circumstance, right? How can your circumstance, kids, family, mortgage, whatever obligation you have, how can it be better now during this time? That's how you got to look at it.